Don't come down here. I'm here. I'm here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yellow.
Caution, yellow flash.
Once I hit you with that backspace, you ain't coming back. No control on the bitch, you give me space like that. Hit you with that backspace, you ain't coming back.
Pace car is off.
The pace car is in.
And green flag. We are green in Chicago. Or Joliet, I suppose. I don't like that. I do not like where we were hanging right there. It's going to be a little bit of old school IRL pack racing, and then hopefully we kind of thin out. See how they'll take that banking dip there. It doesn't affect them, but for us it would be catastrophic. Nowhere to go here. There's a high lane and a low lane, and they are clogged. I'm not eager to go 3 wide just on the start here. Speaking of the pack racing factor, you'll notice a lot of different liveries today. That's because I created a whole new car set or whatever collection on Trading Paints with very low aggression and optimism numbers for the drivers to try and stretch out the pack and prevent the worst of the pack racing stuff. I need to... You're getting wiggly up ahead of us. I need to set my weight jacker here. But I've got it on a key off my steering wheel. And I kind of just didn't want to take my hands off the wheel. I got it now. Just loosening up the car just a touch. We got a car upside down. Can they avoid it? I have hotkeyed a button for full course yellows. But if they can avoid carnage, I'm not going to blow it. Blow it like a whistle, I'm saying. Dalton Kellett is in 6th place. Wow. Way to go, Dalton. Jimmy Johnson's in 9th. We've got some interesting names towards the front. Whoa, Jimmy. Jimmy is a little bit wiggly and a little bit slow, and both of those things are kind of terrifying me. Man, look at the spread in the field on the mini map there. Whatever that caution was that came out really spread things out in certain places in the field. Come on, let's get around him here. You got to be careful if you make the move to the inside. If you don't get the pass done coming off the corner, you've got to kind of roll out of the throttle, or else you're just going to understeer straight up into the guy. I could do without the wiggly cars, that's for sure. Whoa. I don't know if you guys felt that. The car really stepped out there. Let's go down on that weight jacker. That was as close as I care to get to losing it. That was close. just a touch scared of the car now every time I go into the turns. Joseph's going to go behind Colton here. All right, let's pile in there. Now we're tight. Come on, car, make up your mind. It's really coming off turn 2 onto the back straightaway where the car feels sketchiest. James Hinchcliffe driving a throwback livery there. To a throwback livery. Like, I usually have him driving the Forsyth car from 2007, but that's the Forsyth car from like 1999. Or earlier, maybe. That's tight. Or understeer if you are from the other continent. Europe, that's the one. It's a little difficult to predict right now what the car is gonna do. Like, sometimes it feels like it understeers, sometimes it feels like it oversteers, and I'm just trying to diagnose, but I have to like average out all the corners in my head because sometimes it wants to, like turns 1 and 2 here, it seems to want to grip down a lot easier and be, well, be looser than turns 3 and 4. See here, it's pushing the whole way through. A lot of uncertainty right now with the car. Dixon's got us there.
Inside. Stay high. Still there. Clear. Inside. Clear inside.
Let's try moving a roll bar instead of a weight jacker. Maybe that'll help. We're a little past halfway on fuel. Shit. Car's just evil right now. I don't understand what's going on with the handling.
Clear inside.
It's about to spin on me and then it's sailing to the wall and just having to keep up with it. Okay, I moved some stuff around again, and it seems to be more predictable anyway. I think really what it comes down to is I just got spooked because at the beginning of the race we had that like power slide. And I wasn't expecting that because I thought the car was more understeer than oversteer. And I've just been like afraid of pushing the car past the oversteer limit when really that was just a fluke kind of a thing. Because right now we're pushing, not pulling.
Inside. Clear.
Kind of making a mess of things. I don't think any of the wall hits we've done would have caused too much damage, so I'm not really feeling too bad about it, but obviously not great, and extreme warning signs to fix the damn car as far as the setup's concerned right now. Not to mention we're just going backwards compared to the AI.
Still there at bottom. Stay high. Clear inside.
Just sailing up the track.
Car inside. Stay high, put the car on the low side. Clear inside.
Maybe it's mostly a tire wear thing right now. Oh, I see what's causing the log jam here. Everybody's trying to get around the lap car at Graham Rahal.
The leader's heading now.
It's just more downforce in general. Especially in the rear. Because if I get more, this is my logic here, it might not be right, but if I get more downforce in the rear, that'll prevent that loose thing where I power slid, and then from there I can try to adjust to get the turning back with the roll bars and the weight jacker. But stability first, that's kind of my thought. And I've got 3 gallons left. I want to make it to lap 50 if I can. Because then we're looking at a 3-stop race. Otherwise, we'll have to make a splash and go at the end, and I would prefer to avoid that if I can. Even though these tires do just feel shot now. Like, this isn't a setup thing anymore. The slowness is just bad tires. Lots of cars hitting the pits earlier than I would think. I mean, I don't blame them. We're losing about a second a lap by staying out on these tires.
Car outside.
Hunter.
Clear up top. Inside. Still there at the bottom. Clear.
Blue flags, never heard of them.
Still there inside.
Go away.
Still inside. Keep high. Clear inside. You've got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Yeah, we're not using all the fuel in the tank here. We're coming in earlier. All right, we're coming in next time by.
Inside. Still inside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
Whoa, it's a weird flash. I think that was a really slow entry here, but it's okay. It's hard getting off the banking. All right, let's hope we guessed right with the aero adjustments. Work from there.
5,
Should tighten up the car
3, 2. You've
with
got about
more
2 laps of
downforce.
fuel right here.
So ideally the car is just balanced straight off the hop here, but probably not. And when we have to balance it ourselves in the cockpit with the roll bars and the weight jacker, we're adjusting from a position of stability and trying to come back rather than instability. That's what I'm going for anyway. I have no idea. I think we kind of just came out where we were. Because I remember we were fighting Hildebrand. Oh. Montoya's awfully speedy though. Okay. You guys stay down there. All right. Oh, what did I say? What did I just say? Felt a little on the loose side going through the exit of the turn there. That is the one thing you lose when you add downforce to straight line speed. Montoya was able to suck back up real quick there. Touch of loose off the corner. I think that was just a side draft thing. We are really bottlenecked here aerodynamically. Sort of makes you dizzy, huh? Good afternoon, good evening here, really. Yeah, this is Chicagoland Oval. The NASCAR fans would call it a cookie cutter because there's a few tracks in the US that are kind of like this, with this like level of banking and shape, generally speaking. This was always a classic IndyCar race when it used to be on the schedule. Always produced really close racing. I think the closest IndyCar finish ever was at this track. How are you doing tonight, Duo? Or this afternoon, I suppose. I don't really know what time it is where you are. The thing with the circular tracks, especially at high speeds, is the car is like really aerodynamically sensitive. Like the air is changing and I'm going so fast that it's really easy to lose control of the car. Do I prefer this type of track? No. I prefer what IndyCar does, which is like a mix of both. Like, you know, NASCAR classically races on tracks like this. Formula One classically races tracks that are twisties, you know, left and right turns. And I like that IndyCar requires you to do both. That's why I race IndyCars. But you know what I mean? Like, you have to be good at both of them. And right now, we're not very good at this one. We're about to go a lap down, actually. That was Pelot beside us for the lead lap. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, they're very different disciplines, and it's so finely balanced racing on an oval like this. If I turn too much, the car's gone. If I turn too little, I'm into the wall the other way, which has happened a couple of times. It looks simple, but it's actually really stressful.
Stay low with the car on the high side. Still there. Outside clear. The car outside.
Turbulence, yeah, exactly. iRacing does. Ooh, don't slide up on Stefan. Yeah, the turbulence for sure in iRacing. The other game I usually play, Automobilista, doesn't have that effect. It has a draft, like if you get in line behind somebody, you'll go faster, like a slipstream. But it doesn't have the downfalls with the turbulence and the buffeting and the stuff. It's kind of like if you've ever driven on the highway and or freeway or whatever, and you get behind a really big semi truck. You know, one of those big 18-wheelers, you can kind of feel the air kind of hitting the car and kind of jostling you around in the lane you're in. It's kind of like that because these speeds are so fast that even though they're little cars, they're plowing so much air. Yeah, exactly. And these things, like, you know, but they're little cars, but they're going 220 miles an hour, so they're disturbing a ton of air. Don't come down here. I'm here. I'm here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yellow.
Caution, yellow flag. Line up, single file.
What?
Closed, pit road is closed.
Dude hit me.
Car. Your front wing is gone. Catch start 4. Car. Your front wing is damaged.
That wasn't even air. That was somebody turning into me. I mean, I don't race damage because of the AI being exactly that stupid. I would definitely have damage. But yeah, we were able to keep it pointed in the right direction. I will have to go back on the replay and figure out what the heck, because he just turned straight into me. Yeah, nobody here has damage on. Like, if I hit the wall and break something, it, like, morphs back. And the AI, too. If they, like, whoever that was who hit me, he would have a ton of damage. He went straight into the fence. But he's going to be circulating again. So we'll do some laps under yellow here. I'm trying my best, Thick Boy. How you doing, Special Thick Boy? Not so good on that one turn, but whoever it was on the outside. So what happens is I can't drive down here when we're going full speed. This transition is it's spin city for the car, but the AI doesn't seem to have a problem navigating that transition. And so I think because I was inside that one guy, anyway, this like transition here, the AI can sometimes go under it. But I can't. It'll spin me right out. I think that's what happened. Was he was coming down thinking I would go under the white line, and I wasn't, because that would spin me. And I think that's how we got hooked up like that. Should I pit right now? He's coming in. Yeah, we'll pit. Why not, right? We're kind of in the back of the field anyway. Oh, I'm already down. That was silly. I didn't need to slow down that much.
Pit box in 10.
Anyway, did you ask me to change the color of the gloves last stream,
5,
or was it
3,
someone else?
2,
Because
1.
somebody else said they don't like orange. So we'll go to the back of the field here, but we'll get
We're done. Get going.
better tires. Well, to each their own. I based the car design here. I mean, you can't really see it from the in-car cam, but it's red and white with very orange trim, and it was a paint design used by the driver Justin Wilson, who passed away a few years ago. And it's as much a reference to his car from like his best season as it is just kind of like a reference to the team that he also drove for isn't around anymore. So I was like, okay, we'll just pretend that that team still existed and that I'm driving for them now. That's why orange. I think my favorite color is purple, and then if I had to pick a second color, I don't know, like a really bright kind of sky blue. Like if it was my car, purple and sky blue. I was doing the homage thing. Fuel map up to map 1. Let's try to gain a lot of positions just right as we're all congested here. You can't be a hero on a restart, but maybe we can be anyway. Are we gonna go? Okay. We are taking some chances right now. Now see, they're going to come down and take that transition right there, and I can't. And I think that's why we got tangled up. So I need to stick to the high side. Coming off turn 4. Here's a bad idea. Let's clear a skew and then get outside. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Timing the exit off of turn 4 really well there. Ooh, we are pinned here though. Yeah, I followed him right into the wall. Side note, Colton Herta is super wiggly right there in that black and yellow car. What the heck, dude? Eee. Clear me, clear me, clear me. Okay. Kind of forced it there, but I didn't want him turning in on me. Well, that was easy. Yeah, I let it out so that he could come down because I knew he wanted to. We're up top here. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Okay. Who's gonna lift? It was VK. That was sketchy. Alright, we're still alive. That's always a good spot. Not dead. Any cars for position around me? No. Most of these cars are on the lead lap, and then a couple of cars are even a lap down from me, like Simon here.
Outside. Stay low. Through the car on the high side. Stay low. Clear outside. Outside. Still there.
All right, hopefully he doesn't hit me. He's going to hit me. Oh, God. Okay.
Hold your line. Inside. Clear.
We were really setting up to get hit again there. That was scary.
Car outside.
Whoa, and now we're loose.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside. You want it.
And somebody's got a rocket ship on the inside. It's Ed Carpenter.
Clear inside.
Whoa, he's slow.
Inside. Clear.
That's annoying. So it seems like half the field's probably going to be pitting in about 10 to 15 laps. And then the other half is going to be in the same boat as we are. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Man, this, oh gosh, this high line is so slow. I don't know what is going on there.
Outside. Clear. Outside.
Yeah, I think it might be Bourdais. Let's get around him. Kind of reconsider what's going on. Everybody likes the high line right now, which is annoying because we want the high line coming through the tri-oval to make sure we don't get clouded.
Clear inside. Car outside. Clear up top. Car outside. Outside is clear.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens when the field kind of flips when half of them come in for a pit stop. Yeep. All right. Marco's coming up fast in the rear view mirror.
Car inside. The leader's pitting now. Still inside. Stay high to the car on the low side. Still there. Clear inside.
Didn't really know where he was.
Halfway in the race.
So now we're able to stay out against half the field, but our tires are starting to feel less, good. That's another factor. I don't know if Duo Designs is still lurking, but another thing you just have to say undeniably about the oval tracks like this is that they're pretty darn fast. From topping out at like 223 miles an hour, that's the fastest circuit racing on the planet. It really is.
Car inside.
Nothing goes faster
Still inside.
and completes a lap. You got drag racing, of course, but that's just in a straight line.
Inside. Clear. Inside. Still
Yeah, it's not hard to do. Like 200 is really fast. I mean, think about every lap we're doing takes 25 seconds, and every lap is a mile and a half. So right there is the line, and then yada yada yada. We're going to talk a bit. Talk about how the car is pushing off the corner. And we got more pit stops going on. So probably right about here we've gone a mile, right? Ooh, don't hit him. Okay, okay, okay. Why do they insist on hitting me? There's a mile and a half. Like, I take real good care not to hit them. We're up to 12th, by the way. I know it's on like a pit strategy thing, but we're up to 12th. Don't hit me. That was close. Yeah, my armpits are also getting misty. We've got 5.5 gallons left in the tank. It's an 18.5 gallon tank. Normally gives us 50 laps, so we've probably got about, what, 15 laps left? Which would put us at about 123, give or take. So let's round it to 125, then get another 50. We're at 175, which would mean put in half a tank at the last stop. Just kind of doing math. That's the other thing, is it's scary, and then you also have to do some math while you're driving. Okay, that was close. There could be some more roll bar here. The car has things inside of it. The car has a weight jacker, and what that does is there's a fake weight, like a big, I don't know how heavy it is. And the driver, while they're driving these things, can literally move that weight with a lever forward or backward in the car. And that changes how the car kind of loops around on the corners. And then you've also got a roll bar. What the heck? You've also got a roll bar, which just kind of determines how much the tires in the front and the tires in the back are allowed to move on the axle. That's a little more complicated to explain, but that also changes the balance of the car. And so every time I go through a turn, I'm kind of analyzing what the characteristics of the car are, and if I need to move that weight jacker forward or backward, or if I need to move the roll bars. Yeah. Well, some cars do, some cars don't, but the Indy cars definitely have those kind of tools at their disposal. It's actually one of the fascinating things when they do, in real life, when they do a qualifying run at Indianapolis, because they're going for pure speed, right? They change those things after every turn. There, you see them take one hand off the wheel on one of the straights and just pull levers, you know, on the left side, pull levers on the right side. By the way, Big Cannonball 69, thank you for the follow. I don't have anything special on the screen, but I do keep track of the activity feed. Thank you so much. Very appreciated. I am Nifty. Welcome to Ether. I really don't want to die. I really don't want to die. Okay, come out. Okay. Now they can come inside if they want. I don't mind if these two especially pass me. I just don't want them to hit me when they pass me. And the thing is that I have the roll bar and the weight jacker information on the steering wheel. They're, you know, they're numbers that show up on my steering wheel, and I can move them with like some key commands that I've put. But like I don't have levers, but I do have a keyboard. But where I put the standings for my season, that's where those numbers are displayed. So I guess it's a bit of a mystery. All right, we've got less than a gallon left. I think we'll come by not this lap, but next lap. We're a little short of 123, but I don't know that it really matters. Yeah, that's okay. We're not going to push it. We're going to just come in this lap. Push the button. I don't know if the AI knows what it means when I say I'm pitting in. It's like a key command you can put for racing online to let people around you know. I don't know if they follow along with that.
Clear outside.
Getting off the banking is scary. Get down to 50. There we go. Okay. I feel like I'm leaving a little bit of time on the table when I'm pitting in. Like I'm too cautious, but it's so easy. Another thing is that when you're on the brakes, they haven't. Ooh, that was close.
Right here.
Unsafe release, Mr. Harvey. Anyway, when you're on the banking and then you come off the banking, that's one thing that'll disrupt the car. But also the brakes. You haven't used them in so long; they're not heated, and they'll grab weirdly, right? Because the brake temperatures are really low. All right, so where does this cycle us back to now?
The lead is fitting now.
Guessing like 24th, 25th? But I also just heard whoever the leader is pitting, so I think instead of pushing this tank all the way to the end, like you know how I said you can get 50 laps on a tank, give or take? Well, let's come in, you know, with after 40 laps and kind of avoid the dead tire thing. Because we know we have to come in one more time, and we know that the tires fall off pretty dramatically at the end of a stint. So let's avoid that to save time. That's my strat. So we'll come in at about lap 160. And then that'll give us another 40 to the end, give or take a little bit there. That's the strat. Right now we're hanging out in 24th, but we do know that those lead lap cars are going to make another pit stop. We are too, so right now we're looking at 24th, so we got to make things happen. Or luck into things happening if there's another yellow. That's another thing too. You make all these calculations on like how much fuel you want to put in the car so that you burn so much so that you pit at this time or whatever. Then a yellow flag comes out and it just throws all that out the window because everyone's going to pit at the same time, and it changes your fuel mileage because you're not driving the engine as hard and blah blah blah. And it's just you're always trying to keep up with the strategy, and then there's also a bit of like lottery in it too. See, because we have a pretty good car on new tires. I don't know where I'm supposed to go here. That's 3 wide already. Still terrified of going side by side with them through the dog leg like that, or whatever, the tri-oval, whatever you want to call it. Because they still think I'm going to come down off the banking. And I don't. .23rd spot. So like, look at that car just stick to the inside line right there. Like, when we've got new tires, this car is really nice to me. It's just when the tires are falling off, then it's not so nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can say that word yet. I had my third, and then I guess probably by the time I would have been able to get my fourth, I just ended up getting COVID, so that sucked. Yeah, I can definitely feel that the tires have come off the car right now. That's okay, though. We're going to come in about 10 laps or so. Honestly, I just don't even think I'm going to mess with the fuel. I know Hunter-Reay there in that black and red car. I know he's made a pit stop. And the reason he's just buzzing right by us, half the field right now is on new tires. We're trying to, you know, not bend it in old tires. All right, let's do some math here. When I hit the start-finish line. I don't think I have you set up for the Discord server I'm on. Oh, VK's for a position here. Ah, don't slide up. Okay. Okay, 6.6 gallons at the line. So at the line again, I'm going to look at that. We're going to figure out how much fuel it is a lap, and then we're going to kind of subtract backwards. So we went from 6.6 to 6.25. So that would be 0.35, which means we're just going to say, and we're inside our fuel window. So we'll come in next time by, if we can get clear track behind us. Just go around me, guys. Shit. $12 plus 4 is 16. Okay, so hopefully our math is right. We're coming in here. Get down. Thank you. You like being squeezed in the small space. It makes you feel comfortable. I get that. I like wrapping, like when I'm in bed, I wrap up in blankets, put a blanket over my head, just kind of like feel really small.
Right here.
Hidden from the dangers of the world. But going 220 miles an hour through a turn, less so. Less so on that. Alright, hopefully we did our math right on the fuel amount, and we are good to go to the end. Oh, off the limiter, please. That's one thing I've been testing Assetto Corsa, trying to get it work so much, and its limiter is automatic. When I reach the end of pit lane, it automatically turns off. Alright, so we should be good to go to the end of the race here. Whoop. Question is, everyone else good to go to the end of the race? And what kind of favors does that do? That's a car in, but not for position. Lame. Okay. This one is for position, this purple and white car of Takuma Sato. So I didn't mean to even say his name that weird, I just got distracted. That was not me trying to say it with an accent, that was me saying it while my brain was buffering. Like that, oh gosh. I think my hypothesis here for the handling on the car, as the sun is going down, the track is cooling, which is leading to the car getting loose. That's my diagnosis from behind the wheel. Yeah. It's a wiggle from Sato up there. Okay. That was a comfortable turn. Oh, they're hitting me, they're hitting me, they're hitting me. Well, we're dead. We are super dead.
Caution, yellow flag. Line up, single file. Your front wing is damaged. Closed, pit road is
That's
closed.
frustrating.
Your rear wing is damaged.
It's frustrating that,
Catch up, 06, car, half up, 26.
that they don't, that they just come down and hit me. Because I'm not squeezing them. There's plenty of track. Let's make things happen. After Hinchcliffe, though, it's about 6 cars to the next spot. So, by the way, I don't think we're going any higher than 23rd. It's just we don't want to fall any lower than 23rd. We're just fine. We've crashed twice. I don't know that we deserve better than 23rd, even though we didn't crash of our own design. But, eh. Another, like, so I'm talking about me getting in a crash and still getting going. You know, Ward was the guy who hit me. He's in 4th place right now, so he doesn't have damage either. It's getting kind of dark. We've probably only got about 7 laps or so left. We're going up high. Hinchcliffe is 1.4 back. So as long as we kind of stay up here in the mix with these guys, We'll finish ahead of him in 23rd. Nothing really to write home about, but, you know. Oh, okay, the lap count on my dash is the actual lap count, so 7 to go. It's a fight for the win with the top 5 up there, though. This would be a lot of fun to watch on TV right now. Ericsson in the green car, Newgarden in the white car, Dixon in the blue car, Power in the red car, and Pato O'Ward in the black car. Make your prediction now. Who's going to win this thing? I'm gonna guess Power somehow pokes its way through. Newgarden will try to slide up and cut the draft. Power will poke through. That's my guess. That's what I see happen. So I'm voting red car for the win. Here, we'll let mint-colored car into the fray too. Yep. I don't know. I'm starting to think Power's not going to be able to do it. Last turn here in Chicago. And that'll do it. Checkered flag. Joseph Newgarden there comes home with the win. Oh, look at all the pitting ends pop up. We finished 23rd. Yeah, the testing needs to be with the AI because they try to kill me off the banking.